So before we move any further, you're probably thinking, whoa, 2 new uniform videos? Back to back? What's going on? What's going on is people are getting new uniforms. Now, granted, very different as, the previous one I did was just straight up rebranding, completely rebranding, and this is just new uniforms. So we're going to get right into it. No messing around. NFL. Last time I talked about new NFL uniforms, it was kind of different because we were talking about primary uniforms, like home, away, mostly that stuff that you're going to see like every game. These new ones you're not really going to see every game. But anyways, enough yapping. Let's get into it. So we got 2 teams. We have the Bills with new uniforms. You can already kind of see a sneak preview of that. And then the Los Angeles Rams. And then we got like a little bonus one, but it's not really much of a uniform, more of just a helmet. Anyways, first and foremost, as we always do, shout out sportslogos.net, my source for uniform and rebranding news, where I always go on when I want some new info or closer look at this sort of stuff when it comes out. So first and foremost, this where they're calling Nickel City alternate uniforms, and do people call Buffalo, New York, Nickel City? I don't know. I'm not from there. But right off the bat, they got like these like really dark gray uniforms, and right off the bat, I don't love them. I don't know why. This reminds me of freaking Bobby Boucher. Yeah, I don't love these right off the bat, the uniforms themselves. Sure, we'll give a closer look at them. The helmets look nice, but yeah, not the most clear picture, but again, closer look. Yes, this kind of gives you sort of a more in-depth look at them. Although, how much more in-depth can you get than just, oh, here it is, So here we are. Just looking at the full picture here. It doesn't make it look better. Yeah, I don't love the gray. I think one is too dark for a gray. So I know the Bills have like their rivalry jerseys, which have some gray in them, not a lot. Granted, that jersey's not the best either, but I think it looks better than this. And I'll personally get more in depth with my opinion of it in a minute. But yeah, no, like. Just the grays doesn't really work for me. And you get like the even darker gray for the stripes, and then it's like, oh yeah, we gotta throw our colors in there. So there's blue and red and white. It's like, come on, bro. The helmets, I love helmets like this. This helmet just particularly looks really, really dope. I think any like sports logo where you can put something on like the side of the helmet that's a part of the logo, if that makes sense. I think about like the Vikings are a big one. That's like, because their logo is like the Viking with like the horn, and their helmet's just the horn. The Texans red helmets, same way. I think those look super sick because it works. It works like with how their logo is and whatnot. And these are just like that. It's part of the logo. It works. It works really well, and I think it looks sick. I'm surprised they haven't done these before, honestly. And honestly, like if they wore these helmets with like their regular like blue, it would look freaking incredible. Or if they had like, I don't know, if they somehow went more simple than what they already have as like their blue. If this one just straight blue, yeah, the helmets look sick. But it's like putting a bow on a turd. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get more into the again. The stripes don't work, man. Yeah, so a big thing is the dark on dark. Now I know. There's some white in there, and usually I'd be like, yeah, that's fine if these were black uniforms. But it's not, dude. Because gray is like a weird area. Gray is like both dark and light in some cases. And so it's just like, I don't know what would work here. Like I said, I don't know what would work not having gray. The gray just clashes too much. Like, I don't know. It's just ugly. The gray and blue did not go together. At least this gray doesn't. It's not very good. Yeah, the more I look at it, the less I like it. It doesn't really help. Again, all you have is the number, and then like the collar is blue. When you have the stripes like this, like if you were to put blue and red stripes here, I think that could work a little bit more. But it still would just not be a good set, a good uniform set. Yeah, it's just not very good, man. And it sucks. The helmet looks so freaking good. Gosh, if I'm playing Madden, right, I'm matching up this helmet with like the regular blue, or maybe I try it with the red. I don't know, like the red jerseys they have, but the blue for sure. This like all blue fit would look so freaking good. Yeah, this just ain't doing it for me. On to our next uniform, we have the Los Angeles Rams. And again, right off the bat, you can see it looks interesting. So it says here, Los Angeles Rams reveal 2 new throwback-inspired alternate uniforms. I'm a sucker for throwbacks, much like everyone else, except, sometimes the NFL doesn't do too great with the throwbacks. If you look at, like, friggin' the Packers or even the Steelers, who have like the worst throwbacks you could ever have. But right off the bat, we got some yin and yang going on. If you catch my drift. Yeah, right off the bat, this ain't working for me. Like, this ain't working. This kind of is. So we'll get into it. Okay, so hold on. Before we get into it, calling these a Classic Soul and the Fearsome White. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the good ones first. Okay, so off the bat, the white looks nice. It looks clean. It looks crisp. It's basic. Like a lot of uniforms are becoming nowadays, where it's just like the basic color, no name, and then your this style of numbers. It's fine. Like it looks good. Honestly, I say it's fine. It's just straight up good. It's clean. It's crisp. It's simple. Like I said before, it looks very generic, sort of reminiscent, I guess, of like the Texans when they first kind of became a team, and they had those jerseys. They legit had like this stripe on there, so it looks generic in that sense. But I wonder if like he took this away, how good it would look. I don't know. So like I said before in the past, sometimes less is more. And that definitely fits here, where, you go simple, you go basic, and it still works. Here's an issue I have, though. While I do like the white on the helmets, like the blue and white helmets, as it is different, different from the usual blue and yellow, blue and gold, whatever you want to call it, it's too modern. Because they have, like, that current style, you see? Sort of the current style of helmets that they have, when these are supposed to be like sort of throwback inspired. Like if you look at the background here, you see like those old helmets where there was blue and the white like ram horn. I think that would look really good with these. Obviously these are a little dark. If you keep the same color and just make the horn like a throwback, these would be perfect, I think. But yeah, the modern helmet kind of throws it off. Granted, I do like this helmet. I think this helmet could work elsewhere. Maybe take your current uniform and replace all the gold with white. I think that would look that would actually look really phenomenal if you wanted to do that. That would look sick. I would be in full support of that. But doing that with like throwback inspired or throwback uniforms, it doesn't really work for me. But I still like it. Like it's one of those like I like them separate, but together, I don't know. So yeah, not too bad for these. These are pretty good. And then there's this. Yikes. Yeah. So this. We're going to closer look at that in a minute, but off the bat, not a fan. Not a fan. Yellow oftentimes does not work as a uniform, or at least, oftentimes does not work as like a jersey color, especially when you have like a very bright color with it, like the blue. Granted, I'm sure it could work in certain areas, just not here, really. We'll get into more detail here. Here's their lineup for their new uniforms, which I've talked about before in a previous video. These aren't much different from what they had. It's just not a gradient. That's really all it is. And they added black, which, not bad. Yeah, like, these helmets look good, right? Take this jersey here, replace that gold with white. Oh, or even, honestly, you could just have that helmet with the regular white jerseys, and I think it would look really good. Yeah, there it is, that white helmet. It looks sick. It's a really nice helmet. Just not with the uniforms. And on the field it may look better, right? I've been wrong before, where I'm like, don't care for the jerseys. You look at them, well, depending on the sport. If it's like basketball and it's like on court, it could look really good. Or if it's like football, for example, on field it could look really good. You get you're really in depth there. Anyways, onto the goal, because I glazed the white enough, and I've explained, the white uniforms look good. Let's talk about this. Holy cow. What is this? This is bad. This is like laughably bad. Again, you want to go for a throwback using the modern helmets. Doesn't really work too well. But the jersey itself does not work. It's too bright. It's because I want to say you're doing too much, but you're also you're not doing much. It is basic. Don't get me wrong, but it's also just maybe it's an issue with their colors, because their colors are just bright. Right? Like other like blue teams or like blue and gold teams, they are able to make their blue or their gold like not too bright, right? Think of like Michigan. Ooh, no. Golden State. That's a good example. Theirs is like blue and gold, right? Like blue and yellow, whatever. But it's not bright. It's not like too bright. It's not too like eye-popping, where it hurts your eyes like this does. So I think theirs could work. I think they've done it before and it's not too bad. This is like, it's not good. Yeah, not a fan. Too bright. It's, simple, which isn't too bad. If this was like their old blue and yellow, right, where it's sort of like a not as bright of a yellow, it would look really freaking good. But just this yellow just doesn't work for me. Maybe it's just yellow jersey in general, because I don't think I've ever seen a yellow jersey that I've actually liked. And again, doing it with that modern helmet, either have the throwback helmet or don't call it or don't try to throwbacks, you know, the Panther basic. Yeah, so that's it for that. Like, dislike, you know. I like these. Don't like these. You know, not a fan. Again, I'm cool with throwbacks, just they gotta work. And then a little bonus, just got new helmets. Nothing too crazy. They didn't get new uniforms, new jerseys or anything. They got new helmets, and I'm rocking with it. It looks sick. It looks nice. It's cool. Because they've kind of like gone all in with like the sort of a retro look, I guess. It's kind of their primary thing now. And I'm always a big fan of, I love when the helmet and jerseys and pants match. So when you're doing like a kind of a whiteout thing, I love a whiteout. I love a good whiteout, a blackout. Full colors, always I'm a fan. So no, yeah, the white helmet looks really sick. I wish more teams had white helmets. Texans, please have white helmets at some point. But no, I really like the all white looks really good. The helmet looks nice. I think it's gonna look really good with the white pants and white jersey. I think they could even do the green jersey, like white helmet, green jersey, white pants will look really nice. So this is like a relatively short sort of look at uniforms, look at jerseys and stuff, new uniforms. But you know, there really wasn't a whole lot that came out. Not a whole lot to even talk about. If something else happens to come out, I guess I'll talk about it. I didn't think anything else was going to come out. Granted, this is not what I talked about before, where it's like full on, we're like resetting, we're like going back and getting all new uniform sets. It's just like, oh yeah, we're going to add this to our arsenal. So yeah, there it is. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you like them? Do you not? What do you think about these? Just kind of more in depth, I guess, of what your opinion would be. Let me know down below.